Hey, thanks for being here. My camera is not turning around. There it goes. All right. Now, where I'm going to show you how to make a staining sponge. I'm going to show you I'm going to custom stain my bathroom cabinet black. I've mixed two different stains together to get this particular color. And but we're going to start with the staining sponge and then how to sand this cabinet door, the detailing with the palm sander, and then I'll show you how you get into the tight areas and the detailing by hand. And so with no further ado, let's do this. All right, here we go. Get this turned around, bear with me. Okay. All right. All right, so on the staining sponge, I'm taking a carpet pad. All right. And then I've cut it. And this is wool sweater. All right. Well, it's not exactly wool, but anyways, it's a sweater. All right. And so I'm just going to take this, fold that here, kind of bring this to center, and I'm just going to cover it. That's all I'm doing. All right. Now, the staining sponge, I've done a test piece, and it came out okay. And so this should work really well to absorb and to hold the stain. So you have a longer staining period because it's going to hold liquid. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of tie these ends back. All right, to encapsulate this sponge that I'm this. So that's just to hold it all together. Okay, you could turn it into like a ball and create just this little wad, you know. But I'm trying to keep this rectangle, and we're going to see how this is going to work out. Okay, so I may have to cut these corners, but it looks like this might just do the trick here. Okay, so this is basically going to do what I want it to. And I am also, when I go to stain here in just a few minutes, I'll be doing the staining using this homemade sponge, so you can see how well it works when I get to that. And I want to thank everyone for being here in the chat, and for those that come after the live stream in advance. Okay, so this is what I have. All right, that ought to work. Okay, or you can turn it into like a half round. You know, I could just fold it. But anyways, that's good. All right. You could do whatever. You may have a better way of tying it, but that's efficient. That'll work. And remember, this is just a carpet pad. Okay, 1/2-inch carpet pad special. All right, it's my idea, my little invention. Okay, now, no further ado, let's get into the sanding part of this. Now, I'm going to show you on the sander, palm sander here. I've got my disc, my sanding pad, pretty close to being the same. And so it's not off-centered. So you have more sticking out on one side than the other. You got to get it lined up on one side, half quarter round. Then you just kind of move it and adjust it. It takes a few minutes to do so, but you can get it this way. Once you have it where it's pretty the same. And now you can see where it's narrower here, and then there's more here. But that's intolerance, all right, for what we're doing. Okay. Now I'm going to have to take this down a bit. Excuse me for this unprofessionalism, but that way you can see it up close and personal. And all right, now you want to take on the contour right here. All right. Now there's two ways going about this. You don't want to come up over this lip, because if you catch this edge, you're going to flatten it and round it over. You don't want to round this edge over. Okay, so you can, this is an adjustable sander. All right, now I'm going to turn this dial and turn it down. All right, and at that point, I can actually hold the pad here at the bottom of my hand, just kind of hold it in place and bring it right to where I want it, right here to this lip. Okay, and I'm also taking on the angle here all at the same time. This little angle kind of swoops down a bit, all right? Then you can hold it and kind of control it as you go, okay? Now, if you're careful, you can turn up the speed a bit, all right? You get it into the contour, you get the sandpaper right here at the edge, and you just go along this edge carefully. Dropping it down towards the outer edge, to work the outer edge, and bam. Now, something that I'm doing that you may not be seeing in the video here is there's a little edge right here, a line that comes off at a 45-degree angle. And so instead of coming straight on, I position my sander so it's so it matches that angle. Okay? And I come right up to it, and then I come back, see? Then you come back this way, you angle again, all right, and catch that angle. Then you can find it by hand, and that's how that's accomplished. Now, by hand, okay, if I'm wanting to work this angle here, see, then I'll get my sandpaper and I'll fold it, all right? And then I'll get it to match to this point, okay, to the outer point of the corner and to the point here on this corner coming off of this edge here, all right? And then you just kind of sand back and forth right to that point, see? All right, right here. And you just work it. Come back and work it. Now, if you're not careful, you can hollow you out a spot. Right here, you have this little hollow concave area. So to prevent that, you want to work this whole area. All right. And you want to stop at that point every time. See? Same here. Again, get your angle. Line it up. Okay, line that angle up right where you want it, right there. Hold your wrist in that place. You can run along this outer edge here with your fingers, and you go. See? Bam. And there it is. My phone's getting hot. All right, and that's how you do that. Now, by hand, and now I'm going to take this, okay, and I've got this area in here. So I'm just going to take this edge. As you can see, the stain and the poly is still here in this area. I left that there for demonstration. So you fold this up. Okay, get a nice flat edge. And you kind of bring it down into that corner and you work it. Okay, and it doesn't take long. I'll show you here again. I'll raise this up where you can see it. Okay. And that gets that edge there. And I'm going right down into that edge, all right, with this. Now I've got right here in this area here, and again, same thing. And this is for people that have never done this. Okay, now I'm going flat this way, and I'm working it. Now be careful not to press too hard downward, because you're going to start sanding on this panel right here, and this edge is going to show. So you want it forward pressure against your material. So you want this, you want it forward, and you want to just let it ride just slightly above the panel by using your thumb as a guide, all right, on your panel. And it's just about done. All right, let me get a little bit more in here. Now, where it's rounded, then just take the contour and bring this around. Now it's tilted forward to get that area that I wasn't getting. Okay, now you can see it's gone. Only thing I have left is in here, and we use the same principle that we used on the outside corner. All right, again, we get the angle, keep the sandpaper off of this edge, so you want to fold this in so it's not touching. You get your angle, all right, then you get this angle, and you get this area sanded. Otherwise, this is very hard to get, and you cannot do this with the palm. I got it as close as I could, so I didn't round this or make any defects and change this line, all right? Otherwise, you start sanding. And so in this corner, you do it by hand. And again, you just kind of match the angle, and you sand. And you see, it's just about got it here, all right? And bam. All right, got it. Complete. Okay. Now, doing the same thing over here. All right. Again, the angle, I'm keeping this part off of this edge. Okay, so I'm folding it upward. Okay, paying attention to that, or rolling it up with my finger. I got it rolled upward. All right. Get into that corner. And again, here. All right, keep the angle, keep this off of your edge, roll this up. All right, get that down in there, and sand. That way you're not changing your detailing of your door or whatever else you may be sanding. All right, now here I got this little bit in here, and this we go with the grain. You can go back and forth, or you can just kind of drop, push down and come back, push down and come back, push down and come back, push down and come back. You also might be able to use a sharp chisel for this as well, scraping it off. That will also work using a sharp chisel. Just press down, reverse the chisel, and then pull it back, and it will also do the same thing. Okay. And there we have it. Okay. You can see just a little tiny bit left there. All right. And that's where that chisel would really come in handy. All right. But at the moment, I'm just going to go and work this edge and get all the finish off of that. The clear coat, whether it's polyurethane or lacquer thinner, lacquer, or a varnish. I don't know what this door was finished with. I didn't do it. But that's how that's accomplished. Now, you can see stain gone. All right. Now, I'm just going to work this edge. I'm going to stain these next. It's the next thing that I'm going to do. All right. Now again, I've got this turned upward, so the sandpaper is not touching this edge behind me. You got to really pay attention to that. Okay. All right, bear with me. I'm going to grab a chisel to show you how I would use the chisel, so that in case you're not sure. And again, the professional knows about this in most cases. I'm just going to show you so they don't know. All right. All right, this chisel is fairly sharp. Do not go forward when you're scraping with the chisel. Let me stress that. I can't stress that enough. You will dig and gouge your material. All right, let me zoom in a bit if it'll let me here. It's not really letting me zoom. All right. Hey, little dumpling. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to turn this here. I'm going to scrape backward. Can you see what I'm doing? All right, now pressing right down into that corner on the panel, and I'm pulling back, keeping it flat. Okay. You have a tendency to want to scrape it forward, and if you go forward, that takes a lot of practice. So I don't advise that you will start cutting in, gouging your material, and you're going to regret going forward. Like I say, it takes practice. It takes experience with the chisel and being familiar with your chisel on many different applications in order to go forward when you scrape. So do not go, even the guy that's used to using this chisel can gouge it. It's just very difficult not to. Okay, so take the higher road. Don't take the risk. Don't go forward. Don't gouge your material. All right. I can kind of clean this up here a bit. Okay. Pull back. All right. You can also flip the chisel over. Okay. And this is fairly sharp. This chisel could be sharper, but it's pretty good. All right. And you have a tendency to want to go forward and scrape it forward. But like I say, you are at high risk for chipping your material. So don't get in a hurry. Be patient. Haste makes waste. Whoever come up with that, that was a saying that came from somebody learning that through trial and many errors because he was in too big of a hurry. Okay, you don't want to go cross grain if you can help it, like I just did. Now I'm trying to take off that sand mark for going across the grain. That's all I'm doing right now. Okay, kind of coming at an angle here as I do this. Okay. All right, now let's get this off real quick. I'm going to take the contour with this with my fingers. All right, I'm going to get that at this edge right here. And let's just get this sanded. Get her done. Not now, but right now. Okay. Taking that little contour with my finger. and sandpaper. Okay. And again, this is for those that hasn't ever done anything like this or doesn't have too much experience. Otherwise, you already know what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and you could do a video like this yourself. So I'm not teaching or telling you anything you don't know, but this is for the person that doesn't know. You know, knowing's everything, kind of like riding a bicycle. You can watch somebody ride a bicycle all day long, but if you've never rode one, you try it. It doesn't work. So, got to get your hands wet. Got to get your hands dirty. Got to get them in there. Got to get that practice. Practice does make perfect. Okay. I just about got this now. Just about complete. Those that don't know RG dead, he just hit his 1K. And he's going to be doing a shout out. I don't even know who's in the chat or if anybody's in the chat. Two thumbs up. Let's see who's here. Little Dumpling, Danielle. If it's not broke, fix it. There is why I hire people to do the trim and finish work. Yes, there's a lot to it there. If it's not broke, fix it. But there's only one way to learn, and that's to get your hands dirty. Get into it. I don't have any videos on cutting. Well, I have one little video on cutting trim on the inside corner and the outside corner on my custom bathroom accessory shelf. But other than that, I really don't have any videos on cutting any trim. I haven't really done anything like that in a while. I guess I should make a video of it. I can show you even how to make some trim at home. Save yourself some money. I made my own curtain, bathroom. I made my own closet rods. Took a 2x4, ripped it in half. Then I took a palm sander and I just started rounding the edges on the 2x2, and made my own. Then made my own dowel rod for my closets, for my clothes. Who's calling? Hold on 1 second. I will be back in just a second. Maybe not. Okay, we're back. Coming to you live from beautiful downtown Southern Sunny, California. All right, thanks everyone for being here. So we're just about done. I'm going to start the staining here in just a minute. All right, just kind of fine tuning this door. I left this way for the purpose of showing. You know, I got this area right here. All right. Right in here. Okay. So I'm gonna catch that corner real quick. And as you see, I kind of got this twisted up and I'm getting right into that corner. Okay. Okay. And over here, same thing. Okay. Right down in that detailing, down in that concave area, this edge. Okay, bam. Same thing over here. Okay. Let me see, where are we at? Okay, let me get this in here. Get this here. Okay, got that pretty level. Like I said, now I'm just getting in a little hurry here. Haste makes waste. If you're not careful, like I said, you can do it, but you're at a big risk. Okay, and all right. Now we're gonna get this. We're gonna start staining here in just a minute. All right. Now, this phone's acting up. It's getting warm. Thanks for being here. Okay, now see, you can see right down in there, right in that corner in here. That's good enough. All right, I mean, I could work it with that chisel a little more, but that's pretty good. All right. It's a little bit right here in this corner. All right, I'm gonna get right there. You can see the shine. It only takes takes a second. All right, gonna get right in there. Okay. Take the time to do it right. If you know how to do it right, you don't know how, but that's why I'm showing you what I'm showing you on my videos, you know. And then you can definitely take the time to do it right. Okay. Just about out of there. Okay, and I'm just going to take this and just kind of rake it. Get that folded right in there. Okay, see that? Kind of matches that corner. I'm just going to work it back and forth. And you can come down here and then catch it this way. All right. Again, you don't want to cut a groove. Got to be careful. All right. Back side. Looking good. All right. We're going to start staining here a little bit right there. I got to work. Okay, got that taken care of there. I don't like that there. I'm going to get that in that. Okay, now we are going to stain. Now I've got these doors right here. I've got the stain. And but we're going to start on the face of the cabinet. All right. So we're going to take the staining sponge I just made, and we're going to get her done. Not now, but right now. All right, now. So I'm getting this tripod set up. All right. Now I'll show you up close and personal. All right. I'm getting this kind of dialed in. Bear with me. All right, now if I can get her zoomed. Thank you for being here. All right, now we're going to see how well this staining sponge works. We're going to see how far it carries the stain and how well it will apply the stain to the surface. Now, I had a plastic bag I was going to stick my hand in, a shopping bag, to keep the stain off my hands. But you know, this is how we roll. We get her done, and we just get it done. Okay, it's not here. I left it in the house. Okay. This is the black stain. All right. It's working well. I'm having to dip. Okay, I'm dipping it for my second time. And I am having to re-dip. The glare is in front of me, and the glare should it's in front of me. It should be behind me. So that's not a good thing. This should be facing the light, not away from the light. Oh, you can't see the top rail I'm doing. Now you can see it. Okay, I'm going to have to turn the light on here in just a minute. I've got a light I can use. And that's giving me pretty good coverage now as the stain rag is getting wet. Okay. You want to stain inside your rails. Okay. That way it's all uniform. All right, I'm going to get the light on the subject so I can see better, and I believe you'll be able to as well. And so one moment, please. One moment. I say it's not professional, but you'll learn and see what I'm doing and how to do it. That's for sure. That's a guarantee. Now, I mixed black walnut with ebony, not black walnut, dark walnut with ebony. There we go. Now I can see that was really necessary. One smooth pass. So you want to finish off with going from one end completely to the other. All right. Now I'm going to show you what I have and how it's looking so far. All right. All right. Now, up close and personal. Okay. You can still see the wood grain. This is oak. All right. But yet you can see it's solid and it's black. Now we're going to use the silver and blue bowls, vessel sinks here on the top of this. Okay. And here's the corner. And see the glare, you can't see nothing. See, that's what I was seeing, nothing. All right. So that's how we're looking so far. Okay. So let's continue to rock and roll. Lock and load. Okay. Okay. Now another dip. Okay, let this kind of drip off here in this bucket. Now, right here, again from one end to the other. Okay, catch this rail. While I'm here, go ahead and catch the stile there. Catch this stile. These are stiles. The uprights, the verticals, are stiles. And the horizontals are rails in cabinetry. All right. So, what is this? Is this a stile or a rail? This is a rail, like a hand rail. All right. Your verticals here or here is your stiles. Okay. Okay. Now, get this rail down here at the bottom. Can you see the bottom? No, I'm getting the rail here at the bottom. Okay, got solid. Okay. Now I'm going to continue across. I'm going to start from this end. Come on across and make sure that's solid. Bring it all the way through. All right. Now remember, where the grain changes directions, you want to stop. Stile, rail. All right. So right at the bottom of that stile, I'm coming up and I'm stopping right at the bottom of this rail. Okay. So that the wood grain and the pattern here doesn't interfere. All right, just on the rail only. Okay, and just on this stile only right here on the edge. Okay, now going to redip. Okay, now we're going to do the bottom. We're going to do this bottom. What is this? This is stile down here? What is that? What is this? I'm going to stain this rail like a handrail. All right. Okay. Some people might prefer to use a brush, and you can, but it's not going to apply the stain the same. Okay. That's why you want a rag. All right. Now you probably want tape here on the inside of this, but I didn't use any. Okay. Now let's go get this edge here. Okay. Getting this style here on the edge. Okay. Underside. Like I said, take the time to do it right. And know your limitations. You got to know your limitations. Now, a person could go, like I say, take the time to do it right. You could take out these guides, the drawer guides, and then do this. The person could take the time. That would be perfectly fine. But it's not that important. Am I contradicting myself or taking the time to do it right? Well, if I was doing this for a customer, I would take them off. But being that this is for myself, you'll never see it. And it's not critical. But everything else, like I say, take the time to do it right and know your limitations. Okay. Now let's do this once over, all the way across. Make sure there's no unstained areas. It's all solid. Okay. You don't want any wood that's visible to have any spots or daylights or anything like that. So I'm coming into these edges right here. Okay. And one last part that may be overlooked, but we're not going to do that, which is we are going to go on this underneath this edge. So if it's ever flipped over, it'll be the same. Now this started out a golden oak. Okay. And so I have sanded off the golden oak down to the bare wood. And so now we're restaining it with the dark mahogany and ebony. I used a 4-ounce. This is the ebony. Okay, 4 ounces of ebony to about cup and a half, I'd roughly say, to the walnut. And it's coming out and doing what it's supposed to. All right. And this is a red oak, by the way. Red oak. Okay, so now I'm going to get the toe kick down here. Okay, there's a toe kick. This cabinet looks like it's 10 foot long at this angle. This cabinet's about 6 foot. All right. This angle really makes it look a lot bigger than what it actually is, which is kind of cool. But it's about 6 foot. Okay. I have some imperfections there that I gotta go over. All right. Okay. Got to really work this into this toe kick. And see who's here. Thank you for being here. 1 second, please. Okay, Danielle, very cool. Thank you, Danielle. The Epic Sorcerer. Thanks for being here. It's not broken. Hello, guys. Thank you for... I would make you a moderator, but I can't do that on this particular phone. Okay, there is a reason why. Oh, yes. Well, that's why I'm showing you what I'm showing you here. If it's not broke, fix it. All right. And I'm going over these areas in the toe kick that have some imperfections and having to just really rub this stain into it because it wants to resist. All right. And that's what I'm doing here. And for that reason. So I'm doing those first. Then I'll give it the once over. And it should come out looking pretty good. As I'm getting these areas that are being resistant. Okay. And the other thing is, you need to block up this end so that I can get the corner free so I can stain that edge, the very bottom edge, because it's not floating. Need it to float to get that edge, the bottom edge of the toe kick. All right. I'll show you real quick. Right here, it was touching. All right. So I put in this 3/4 inch piece of 1x to get that corner up, so I get it off, so I can get it stained. Okay. And that's what I'm doing here. Now this has got a little belt in it, so it's not touching otherwise. Okay. That's how you want to do that. Okay, so we get these areas here that are being difficult to stain. Now, I'm just going to raise this. All right, move this back here. And now I can get this area right here. Okay, get that very bottom edge. Bam, done. And I see another little spot that needs some more applied to it because we don't want the showing when it's solid black and be consistent all the way through. Now, if I had some black putty, I could put some black putty here. I'd have to make some black putty, but I'd have to do that in advance. But didn't think about doing that in my life, so we're just going to do it. Get her done. All right, now for the once over. Okay. Got a little stain here on the rag. Now we're going to start from this end and go all the way across. One swoop. Bam. Doesn't dry with any start or stop marks. You see the start and stop, and you don't want that. And if you need to go back over it, then again, all the way through. This gets rid of any stop or start marks, and you get the area that you need to be coated. so it's consistent. All right, that's looking pretty snazzy. Okay, another time, just kind of blot it. Got to blot and then wipe. Okay, again, all the way through. All right, got that. And now we are going to get this door here. How am I going to get all the detailing in that door? Holy smokes. That's a tough one, Batman. All right. This is a job for Superman. All right, now, again, we're going to get the detailing here first on this door. And when you can use a spray, put your stain in a water sprayer like a sprayer, and you spray it, and you get all the corners, you get all the detailing first. So we come in here, and we get the detailing first. Now, if you had a sprayer, you could use a sprayer for this. But I have lacquer thinner in here, and I'm afraid the lacquer thinner would melt the plastic inside the sprayer, and it wouldn't. I'd get a few sprays out of it, but then it would end up ultimately not working. Okay, I had some dust hanging out there in the corner. And so you want to get rid of that first, of course. All right, it just needs more stain on it. Okay, let's see if I can zoom in a bit. My camera's not allowing me to zoom. That's a little better. All right, so this rag is wet. And see, it just lays right in there. I've got my finger, all right, kind of pushing it into that corner when I do this. Okay. Bam. Let's get the center. Look at that. The center. Get the center. This covers a multitude, let me tell you. All right. All right, we'll get this. All right, now get the center of this. Bam. Now we're going to get the difficult part, LOL. All right, so first I'm just going to come along. I'm going to get this edge finger grab here on the outer edge. All right, get this here, the finger pull, and then get the face, get this finger pull. Okay, get that finger pull. Got a holiday over here. Took a holiday. Look at that. That's a painting term. Missing a big spot. Got colorblind, like snowblind. Called a holiday in the painting world. All right. I'm just. All right. Again, catch this here. All the way through, and Here, now I'm going to catch just inside on this rail. Catch inside on the rail. And the style. And the style. Bam. Now, looks like it got a little bit dry right there, so I got to touch this up. Okay. I've got to touch this up. You see it's a little bit light right there. Okay. So I'm just going to go from one end to the other and then catch it at this edge and come down. Bam. Again, just lightly bring it down. All right, that's done. Okay, gotta kind of, all right, and bring that across, and bring that up, and bring this completely over, and bring this up. Okay. One down. Gotta set that to the side. I should have a piece of wood with nails shot in it, and I could set it right down on top of those nails, and that would be perfect. I could flip it over and then immediately the other side. But again, I didn't prepare for that, and so I'm going to take this and put this here. All right. And we are going to get this done. This will be quick and easy. Let's do the detailing first. All right. All right, now. Come here about in the middle. Got some runoff right here. Where it ran off of that. Okay, now. Bring it across. Okay, you can see what's going on here. All right, I'm going to have to dip this again. It's getting too dry. Okay, I'm going to kind of dab this here. All right. That way it doesn't run on me. All right, now we're going to catch the detailing here on this finger pull. Okay. There you have it, folks. Let's do a side shot here. Okay. I'm going to set that to the side. This is not set up professionally, can you tell? Right. This is just makeshift, making it work. All right. Okay. Okay, let's get this. I got to do some sanding on this one here. I left this for demonstration purposes. I forgot. All right. Now we are going to use all right. We are going to get this a little closer. You can see it better. All right. All right, now, that's what I was saying earlier. All right, you want to flip this over and then push down and pull. Get it right into that corner, push it into that corner, then pull back. Sharper the chisel, the better this works. This is fairly sharp, but not razor. Okay. So like I said, you're at risk of gouging. You got to get the right angle when you do it this way. I do not recommend you doing this. Oh, Ken did it. I can do this. Well, maybe you can. But I just want you to know it's a risk. Because I'm feeling it grab the wood as I do this. Okay. You can seriously gouge your wood quick and easy doing this. Okay, and you see me pause, it's because it's starting to grab and dig. If I don't pause and change how I'm doing it, it's gonna dig right in there, create an imperfection that I do not want, and have a gouge in there that I'm don't need. The only thing you can do with the gouge is fill it. That's all you can do. Takes a whole lot of time to feather that gouge out of there. Let me tell you what, a lot of sanding and finessing to sound out a gouge. And that's no joke. So the best way to handle a gouge is you fill it. Okay. But now if you want to practice on something that doesn't matter, get a feel for it, that'd be the best way to do it, to learn. Okay, and you see I've got this at an angle, at a 45, all right, as I'm doing this. And I am going, oh, so careful. some of these professional woodworkers would be hollering at me right now if I was in their shop. This is a big no-no, I'm telling you right now. It's a big risk. So it depends on you, you know. I'm just saying you don't really want to do that. Now I'm going to clean that up. I wonder how Buzzsaw is coming along on that lamp. He was creating a glowing lamp, Buzzsaw was, or is. That was a great idea. I never thought about doing a glowing lamp before. I might have to try to make one of them glowing lamps that Buzzsaw was making. But when you drill down into a piece of wood, like a limb or a beam or whatever, you want to go down an inch or so and then come back, pull it completely out and remove the debris, because that creates resistance on the drill bit and the motor of your drill. And if you think you're just going to go back and forth and work the drill and pull out the debris, you're just pulling out little bits of debris at a time. And you still got a whole shipyard full of debris down in that hole you're drilling. And you're going to bind that drill, that bit up, and you're going to get your bit stuck or broke by taking it down too far at a time. Okay. And what I'm doing here is I'm sliding in at an angle as I go forward. All right, I'm doing a sliding sideways forward angle to get into this corner. Okay, this is just a technique, but again, it takes practice, and you put a little more pressure back here than you are right here, just depending on the angle and the pressure. All right, a lot of technique involved. That's why I say you just gotta develop, into to be able to do this. And like I say, there's some fine woodworkers that would be hollering at me. They would be saying, yeah, you could do it, but you're taking a big risk, and why take the risk? Because you're at risk for imperfections, and fine woodworking is perfection, total perfection. Kind of like staircases. That's where I got my initial skill and development, was on learning custom staircases. And I don't know if that's something you ever stop learning. Custom staircases, it's really a true art. And I've worked with some masters, and I've seen them come up against some things that they hadn't quite encountered before, and it was a challenge for them. And that's the master. I've been doing this about 8-10 years, and I feel like I'm a novice. Let me tell you, that staircase, custom staircases, is perfection. And again, I'm kind of sliding back at an angle. I'm not going this way. I'm kind of coming at an angle this way, kind of down and forward. Okay, kind of like if you were using a straight razor and you were shaving with a straight razor. Same technique. Learned in barber school. Yeah, barber school. Once upon a time, using a straight razor. It's the same motion. Slight at an angle and forward. See. But yeah, so anyway, so Buzzsaw is doing this glowing lamp. And you can take a drill bit, a 2-foot drill bit, and drill into it an inch at a time, backing the drill bit completely out and cleaning out that hole of all the sawdust that you have built up in there. That's going to cause resistance on that drill bit. It's going to make your drill motor work harder. You can burn it out, break a bit, stick a bit, and have to start over, just give up. But the technique is go in about an inch, pull it back. Completely clear it. Tip that piece of wood over, take a air nozzle and blow it completely out. Free up remove all the sawdust. Go back in another inch and continue to work it. And you'll go through it. Yep. You need my help? Huh? Well, end of this live stream. I got to get some. Wife's calling, need some help. So you basically have seen it, and I just told you how you can drill through a 2, 3, 4 foot piece of wood. I've done it, and that's a technique to it. So like, subscribe, share, comment. I look forward to hear from you. What are your thoughts, and how would you go about doing this? Bye for now. Look forward to hear from you. God bless. And never give up, because there's always a way, always.